I am going to show you how I completely bypassed the thousands of dollars in monthly AI subscription fees and credit limits that are currently strangling most creators by using a single underground tool that generates hundreds of high-quality images and videos in one click for absolutely zero cost. You see, back in the day before AI, content creators struggled to find B-roll for their videos, and it was a massive headache. Sure, you had sites like Adobe Stock, Canva, or Envato Elements, and those were my secret weapons at the time, but they were still quite limited in ways that would break your workflow. For example, I once worked on a faceless video where the topic was a very specific type of saltwater fish, and because AI wasn't a thing yet, finding a video of this fish that wasn't copyrighted was almost impossible. That single video took me days to complete because I had to get incredibly creative and figure out what I could possibly display on screen when the visual match just didn't exist. But then AI arrived and removed that barrier entirely, because now we have tools like Veil 3, Sora, Grok, and Meta for AI videos alongside Stable Diffusion and Midjourney for images. You can literally generate any B-roll you want now. And while that cut production time down tremendously, it's still a frustratingly manual process. You have to open your tool, think about the prompt, generate, wait, and download, which is faster than the old way but still leaves you chained to your desk. There is an even easier way to do this, through a process called batch processing, which is basically generating in bulk. But the problem is that most professional APIs aren't free, and they are a massive pain to set up. The cost to generate in bulk can stack up so quickly that you're left with an insane bill just to keep your channel alive. If you're already established, maybe that cost feels like nothing, but for those of you trying to enter the game right now, this pay-to-play system will run you dry before you even get your first 1,000 subscribers. That is exactly why I started using a tool called Auto Whisk, which generates all my B-roll images automatically without the subscription trap. Auto Whisk is currently free, and it was made by an independent creator named Duck Martians, so it's a real community-driven solution. The first thing you need to do is install the extension by going to the Chrome Web Store and searching for Auto Whisk specifically by Duck Martians to ensure you get the version that is totally free and unlimited. Once you've installed the plugin, make sure to pin it to your browser for easy access because you'll be jumping in and out of it constantly. Now, you'll want to head over to labs.google, scroll down to view all their experiments, and find a tool called Whisk. This is the engine behind the magic. Whisk is an experimental generative AI tool that uses a unique combination of images for subject, style, and scene references to create a new visual. It's like a digital blender for your ideas. Instead of just typing a long, confusing prompt, you can upload an image of a character into the subject box to keep them consistent across every shot. Then upload a reference image for the style and another for the scene. It's like having a master painter who can take a photo of your friend and put them into a cyberpunk city or a medieval castle just by looking at a few reference photos. Normally, you'd have to do this one by one, which is exactly the manual labor we're trying to avoid. With Auto Whisk, everything is automated in bulk. You just click on the Auto Whisk icon you pinned, select the DOM version, and this is where you can add all your prompts at once. Under the Settings tab, you'll see a box for auto download images, and you definitely want to check that. But before you hit start, there's a crucial step with your Chrome settings. You need to go into your browser settings and look at the download section. Update your download location to a dedicated folder, and this is the important part. Make sure the setting that asks where to save each file is unchecked. If you don't do this, your computer will pop up a Save As window for every single image, which completely defeats the purpose of automation. Once that's set, you just enter your prompts, click Start, select Run on this project, and then you can literally walk away. While everyone else is spending their afternoon clicking Generate and Wait, your computer is building an entire library of custom B-roll for you. This is like having a full-time production assistant working for free while you sleep. The beauty of this workflow is how it handles the abstract stuff. Think of it like a chef who has a specialized machine to chop all the vegetables while they focus on the actual recipe. You provide the ingredients, the subject, the scene, the style, and the machine does the repetitive work. This creates a curiosity loop where the more you experiment with different styles, the more unique your content becomes compared to everyone else using the same stock footage. You might be worried about character consistency, but because you can lock in that subject image in Google Whisk, the AI maintains the essence of who or what you're showing across dozens of different prompts. It uses Gemini to analyze your reference images and then feeds that data into Imagen 3 to give you high-quality results. But remember, this is an experimental tool, so things can get a little chaotic if your prompts are too vague. You want to be clear and direct. The uncertainty of what the AI will produce is actually part of the fun, but by using batch processing, you're playing a numbers game where you're guaranteed to get dozens of perfect shots out of 100 generations. This whole system allows you to build a massive asset library in a single afternoon that would have cost you thousands of dollars in stock subscriptions or Midjourney credits just a year ago. It's a complete shift in how we think about content creation because it moves the bottleneck from your wallet to your imagination. You aren't limited by how many credits you have left for the month. You're only limited by how many prompts you can think of. And since you're using a tool that's currently in Google Labs, you're accessing some of the most advanced image generation models on the planet for free. This is the secret to scaling a faceless channel or a high production vlog without needing a Hollywood budget. You can create a whole series of images with a consistent cinematic look just by feeding it one high-quality style reference. It's the ultimate shortcut for anyone who wants to spend more time storytelling and less time fighting with software interfaces. So, if you've been feeling held back by the cost of these tools, this is your green light to start pumping out content at a professional level without the financial stress. I've barely scratched the surface of how far you can push the style mixing in Whisk, and there's a whole other layer to this involving the animation features that I might have to save for another time because that opens up an entirely new world of possibilities. For those of you who follow my channel, you may have noticed that my voice sounds a bit different. I decided to use my cloned voice on this video, and it's not from 11 Labs. If you're interested in the TTS tool I used for my cloned voice, let me know in the comments below. Enough requests and I'll make the time to create the video.